Property investors in Australia lose $10,000 to $20,000 a year on average and still end up way richer. Let me explain how this works. The reality of residential investment property is you're often looking at a negative cash flow of several grand a year before tax due to expenses associated with holding a property. After tax breaks like negative gearing and depreciation, that negative cash flow might drop down to a manageable amount depending on how well you bought. But here is where the magic happens. Australian property grows by 7% a year on average. That is $35,000 a year on a $500,000 house. This growth crushes the after-tax cash flow loss by building your wealth through compounding. The earlier you start, the bigger that wealth grows, especially if you add more properties to your portfolio along the way. When you buy an investment property, you might think a cheaper property like a $450,000 one saves you money compared to a $700,000 one. But here is the truth, the cash flow difference isn't huge. Why? Because big costs like fixing a hot water system, a fence, or a leaky roof are pretty much the same no matter the house price. In fact, maintenance costs average higher in cheaper areas as tradies can charge more due to short supply. Sure, a cheaper property means a smaller loan, but rent is lower too. So whether it's a $450,000 house or a $700,000 one, you're often looking at a negative cash flow of $10,000 to $20,000 a year before tax, which can drop down to $6,000 to $15,000 after tax depending on your tax brackets. So what are the key takeaways? The first one is start your investment as early as possible to let compounding works its magic. And the second one, don't chase super low value hotspot properties. Cash flow isn't much different. The third, understand how cash flow works and prepare to manage it before buying your first investment. At Value Buyers, we make sure client is fully aware of what they're getting into before we help them buy their first investment property. Check out these properties we have bought in the last few years with its awesome returns. Schedule a discovery call and we can help you assess whether you are ready to buy now or you need to come back at a later stage. We can also give you quick tips on how to fast track your journey. So book the call now.